Today, I'm going to unbox and take a quick look at Rorke's Drift, Men of Harlech. This is the latest in the Heroic Stand series from DVG, or Dan Verson Games, which Sarah from Dan Verson Games was so kind enough to get this to me. I've covered Thermopylae, the Hot Gates, and the Alamo Final Assault, which are the two other titles in the Heroic Stand series, which is solo and cooperative, but pretty much is a solo game. I mean, the cooperative game is you just dole out more cards to the people, but you're all playing the same general game of comparing battle factors to the enemy. In this case, you are playing the British against the Zulus in a very famous heroic stand in Africa. So let's take a look at the back of the box here. You get to see an example of the cards that are in here. This is predominantly a card game. There is a mounted board inside, but it's really all about the cards. Reading the back here, in Rorke's Drift, the players command together a gravely outnumbered British force against a much larger surrounding Zulu force. The Zulus attack the British at Rorke's Drift. Lieutenant Chard takes command and prepares his defenses to hold. Can 150 British soldiers hold out against 3,000 attacking Zulus to win, or will they be overrun before Lord Chelmsford's, I need a coffee with Kilroy here, relief column reaches them? Players will take turns playing one of the British attack cards in order to defeat one shown Zulu card and possibly a second hidden Zulu card in one of the 4 defending positions, choosing when and if to use one of their only 5 volley fire cards to increase the British attack, or fall back to reinforce and possibly get an extra attack die for their new position. Distributing soldiers, attack cards, to defeat the right Zulu cards at the right time is key to holding out as your reinforcements draw deck dwindles. The British win when the Zulu deck is exhausted or Lord Chelmsford's relief column arrives. So there you have it. Let's get inside this and see what we have. I'll put links to the other videos that I've done of unboxings, and I plan to hopefully soon get each of these 3 to the table so that we can talk a little bit about gameplay and my thoughts on them after I've played them. So here is the rule booklet, which is 8 pages. The back is the card distribution, and the next 3 pages are talking about some of the specific cards that are in the game. And then the end of the rules is on page 4. So really you only have 4 pages of rules. They're really not asking much of you, so I don't think this is going to be too hard of a game to get into. And it says solo and cooperative. And again, it's predominantly solo, but cooperative, you're just going to dole out cards to each of the players, and they'll play together against, in this case, the Zulus. Here's your board setup. Here's your turn sequence, and then part of the aspects of the turn sequence. I mean, you can fall back, which gives you some benefit, but you're giving up territory, and then you can hold, and there's a whole sequence to how to do the hold. And I imagine that's going to be on the board itself, which is a feature of DVG games, is to put the turn sequence. Again, most of their games are solo, so having that turn sequence is very nice to have on the board. And then you have end of the game, what happens there. So again, 4 pages, not too hard to get into this game. We got the map, or board, which is mounted as in the same fashion of DVG games, which are very nice in that regard. And then you have the map itself. As you can see here, it really fits on screen without having to change my perspective. Here's your turn sequence right there, as I was talking about. Here's a turn track, or one of the tracks in the game. And then you have the different locations. You have different locations, but different fronts that you're really fighting on. So this is where the Zulus are attacking from this direction, this direction, this direction, this direction, and then you are fending them off. Here's the Zulu draw deck. Here's the British draw deck. Volley flyer cards over here. We've got a couple of counters that come with the game. I imagine that this counter is for that track, and well, there, I just popped them out. There you go. They're already there. This probably might be for the level. Some of these games have different levels to play with. Here is, for difficulty. Here are the dice, and then you have the cards. Again, this is kind of standard for DVGs, having these big boxes with a little spot just to hold the cards. You don't have to keep it that way. You could probably break it out and use it. Just bag the cards and then use all the extra space there. But a lot of space for a card game, but so be it. Get these cards open here so you can see what they look like. They do have the little tabs on the side to make it easier to open. I just have a hard time with those sometimes. Here we go. I'm having an easy time today. If any of you have played any of the 3 games in this series, love to hear your thoughts on them, what you think about them. Are they enjoyable? Have you ramped up the difficulty? And what do you think about them? There are a few games with, I've covered one. There's a few games about Battle of Rorke's Drift. I've covered one from Bill Molyneux, which is basically a series of battles, and one of them is Rorke's Drift. There's a very famous, well, I say famous, it's been around for a long time, and it's one of their better ones, from Victory Point Games, which is a solo game in the States of Siege fashion. This is not quite States of Siege, but it has that, several areas that you have to defend, all kind of converging on a point. Really not States of Siege, but a solo nonetheless. So between those two, and I might do that sometime, do a comparison of how they treat this battle in from different perspectives, because you know me, it's all about perspectives. So let's see what we have here. There are the cards. So these are the British cards here, at least I assume, because they have a British back, right? So here's going to be all the different cards that you have in there. You can see the art on there. Oh, we got them upside down. A little dark in the art. I've noticed that for each one of these, it's a little, it's not popping colors. It's a little dark or drab, but still very nice art on there, as you can see. Okay, and then we got some more British cards here. Finish things out. So cool. Then we have Zulu cards here. So you see that there. It's interesting, they have officers on some of these. These are all Zulu cards. A little bit of variety there. Okay. Then we have, so let's put the British here and the Zulus here. Draw deck. Then you have some ammo cards here. Put those there. And then you're going to have the volley fire cards, and you're limited on the number of those that you get. So there's going to be a little bit of pressure luck in this game. Not sure what these are. These look a little bit like locations. Huh, okay. And then you have the different levels. So I think this track might be on there for different levels, maybe, how tough the game is, so you can ramp up difficulty. No, card flew out over here. So here's level 1. And yet, I think these are location cards here. So there you have it. There you have it. That is the contents of, there's also some boxes here, some holding boxes. Maybe this looks like this for medals or something like that. So that's what you get in a box of Rorke's Drift, Men of Harlech from Verson Games, DVG Games. Sorry, I had a brain moment there. Again, want to thank Sarah and DVG Games and for allowing me to share this with you. I'm going to get it to the table play and then talk about it a little bit more. Hope you come back for that. In the interim, let me know what you think about this. Does this look like something that might interest you? Doesn't look like it's very complex. Doesn't look like it takes very long to play. It's primarily solitaire, so it's something if you want a little bit of a filler time or just interested in playing out these battles with a different perspective, then I think these might very well fit the bill. Anyway, thanks all. Take care. Thanks for watching.